Ho ho ho, chili heads, this is Ben from the Firepod spot, and welcome to our Christmas/New Year's special. This will be the last one we'll be doing this year, so we're going to make up for that by making it a nice big one. So let's have a look, see at what Santa's packed into the sack for us today. Well, we'll be doing a burger challenge, we'll be doing pod reviews, 2 of them, and a snack sort of food review, because why not, as well as a couple sauce reviews, and that I'll reveal each as we get to them. So we'll get started on this. First thing we'll be doing is the burger challenge, which is the Yo My Goodness Reaper Burger Challenge. Yo My Goodness is a little snack and frozen yogurt store that's just opened up not long ago in a local neighbourhood, and when I saw this I really had to get stuck into it. So they gave us the Reaper Burger itself, which I shall be unwrapping in due order, but I have to point out another little something they included. This. It looks really sus, really nasty, and it probably is actually nasty. That's what they refer to as the Reaper Injector. Apparently it is a Reaper sauce that one would dispense onto the burger. That's about 5 mils worth of it. Yeah, I can smell a bit of it there, but it'll probably be a lot stronger when I actually dispense it out of there. So let's have a look at this bad boy. Okay, so it's been a little bit squashed, but yeah, it is on a black bun. It's got lots and lots of melty cheese. It smells really smoky from here too, and it is, I have an ingredients list. Double beef butter, double cheese, double maple glazed bacon, English, onion jalapeno jam, Reaper mayo with this Reaper sauce stuff. So let's get totally maniacal about it and make it a proper challenge, shall we? Reaper, Reaper, it's going to hurt, probably. Oh, this stuff is thick. I'm afraid it's just going to splurt out everywhere and create an unholy and quite painful mess. So if I get that anywhere it doesn't belong. And yeah, that last little bit did, just to show whole lots in there. Pop that on top. Now, be doing this like your standard burger challenge. I shall attempt to eat this thing, and for a little bit of relief I decided to get a little bit festive. I've got, better bring it closer, some eggnog, because you know, Christmas. It's also dairy based, so that will help quite a lot. I've put it into a convenient little cup thing over here. Yeah, I'll do eat the burger, wait 5 minutes, and then seek relief, unless I totally fail, in which case I will seek relief sooner. But this does actually smell really good. So let's get started. Straight away I can get a nose full of that Reaper smell. It's really tasty though. I actually really like this. That maple's really nice. But yeah, wowzers, that's hot. I'm actually beginning to second guess whether I can actually finish this thing. It gets mega hot really fast. They did say it's hot, but they didn't make me sign anything, which was funny enough. It's not as bad as that scorpion burger, but let's continue, shall we? So there's one thing I learned about eating these things, is don't do it on an empty stomach. I had a little bit of something to eat earlier on, and my stomach is being thankful for that, because This thing burns all the way down. Like that Reaper sauce is, yeah, like it uses real Reapers, and it is really, really hot. And just for anybody else out there who will be doing these challenges and that, if you try to do that on an empty stomach, it is going to be really bad. Not just at the time, but also give it 10-15 minutes after you've eaten it, you'll start to get the worst cramps on earth. It is really not worth doing that on an empty stomach. Yeah, even though, yeah, it's food, but it's the food that came with the hot stuff, and your body's going to try and reject that straight away. Whereas if you've already got food in your stomach, it's got something to mix it with. So yeah, don't make it any worse on yourselves if you're going to do this sort of thing. And yes, I'm stalling because this is really, really painfully hot, and I don't want to send myself into a hiccup frenzy straight away, because that's going to make it really hard to finish. Alright. There's those hiccups. Oh man. Oh man. Oh boy. That is really hot. That is really, really hot. It's good. That's what I was looking for. Oh, this thing's gonna be hard to finish. These Reapers, they're the only ones I can't really seem to deal with, by the look of it. I mean, they are massively hotter than any other kind of chili, but oh man, like that is silly hot. Like, yeah, I got a little bit of a twitch in the fingers, but it's not that bad yet. But it's gonna be hard to get through the rest of this. This video special thing. It might be yeah, may have made a mistake by deciding to do it all at once, I think. But go out with a bang, I guess. Yeah, I'll probably take little breaks and then shoot it in separate sections, I guess. That would probably be the smart way of doing it. So don't worry guys, I'm not going to die on camera. I'm just going to writhe about a bit because I'm trying to eat ridiculously hot stuff. And I did start with what's potentially the hottest thing here, so the rest of it's probably going to get easier. Alright, let's see how I go. Oh man. Oh mama. This is not for the faint of heart. At least I'm not on a time limit like with the Scorpion Burger. If I could have taken my time with that, I'm sure I'd handle it about the same, but yeah. Like, it's been, what, according to my clock, about 10 minutes of this. And it's getting to a point where I'm really second guessing whether I should be doing it. Because, yeah, it really just, like, tears into your mouth and throat. My lips a little bit, but it's mostly got me, like, right around the throat. Which, yeah, I recognise that from eating the Reapers. That's what they do. Yeah, I'm just looking at this thing like my adversary now, rather than an enjoyable snack, I guess. It still tastes good, but it's one that you start to weigh up whether the hurtiness of it is as good as the pleasure of eating it. And I'm starting to come to some interesting conclusions about whether or not I'm the kind of idiot that likes that level of pain. Alright, enough waffling on. starting to run. Nose is starting to run a bit. My eyes are strangely enough not watering that badly. They are a bit. It's a little bit teary, but like when I ate that Baker's chocolate Reaper, like tears were just streaming down my face, and it didn't hurt as much as this does. This is actually hotter than one of those right now. And I'll guarantee it's that stuff in the syringe that in my genius I decided to dump the whole lot off onto the burger. I'm going to go as far as to say that was, like your equivalent of your Blair's sauces or something in that thing, because like I say, I'm getting a really potent taste of that Carolina Reaper in there, that fruity, it's almost cherry flavour. And that's what I really love about this, like them choosing the maple. That maple and that fruity cherry taste, it's like the beef patty tastes like beef when you first bite into it, but after a while, when your mouth's getting overrun with that fruitiness and that, it's still getting the maple. It's like the rest of it almost seems tasteless, but not in a bad way. Like it's still a pleasant flavour. And then when you stop for a second, like I'm doing now, and yak on, and then bite into it again, it's like, oh yeah, there is beef in there. It is beefy. It's weird. It sort of overruns your palate and makes you taste more of it. Yeah, it's an interesting effect, that one, and I applaud them for their choice. If it was just plain bacon and it was starting to do that, or just feel like I'm just eating a chewy chili pod, when that flavour starts to run amok. But because maple's so strong, it sort of bonds together and makes it this. It's almost like you're eating your dinner and your dessert at once. That's actually kind of what it feels like. So yeah, this is the 20-minute mark here. Again, I'm not running a competition here, okay? But yeah, I got over halfway so far, so I might just be able to take this thing down. It's just going to take some time to do properly, because I am not going to win any prizes. I'm not getting freebies for this. I'm getting little more than my pride, really, and even then that's starting to feel like a quite silly pride at this point in time. Maybe it's because I got my butt kicked so badly by Reapers before that I kind of want to win over them for once. Maybe that's it, but I'm pretty determined to do this thing, but do it in such a way that I can do it. I'm not running a race for this thing with anybody. I'll make no bones about it. The Carolina Reapers are above my league at this point in time, and if I was to shovel this thing down as fast as possible, it's not going to be pretty, and it's not going to be fun for anyone involved, let alone myself. So, back to it, I guess. Oh man. Okay, it's half-hour mark. I feel like I hit the wall. Every little bit more that I try to eat of it, after it just crossed that line, it's just feeling like it's more and more ridiculous. It's really hard to push through that last bit of these things. Man, it is. Yeah, it's hot stuff. It's good. I mean, so yeah, I'm pretty sure they have them in all the franchises. I don't know if they have them overseas. If the overseas ones have the same range, but excuse me. But within Australia here, at least, anyway, I know it's a franchise, and I know we've got plenty of them down here in this particular state where I live, Victoria. I don't know how far spread it is beyond there, but I'm pretty sure they all have these as well. If you're after a seriously hot burger, then excuse me. Then yeah, this one will rock your socks if you're not prepared for it. Now the other thing too is that my resistance is a little bit lower than it usually is. I know it sounds like a whole lot of excuses, but I've got no shame in saying it. Carolina Reaper's something you really got to prepare for, and yeah, this thing's pretty hot. So my suggestion for all the other chili heads out there would be to go a little bit easier than what I'm doing with the little injector stuff. If you want to go for a full-on challenge, yeah, dump it all on just like I did. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. If you're not quite that game, you could always spread just a little bit of it on there, because a little will go a long way with this stuff, I'm sure. Being the hottest chilies domestically available in the world, there are lab ones and stuff like that are hotter than this thing apparently, but I don't think you'll ever encounter them, and I don't think you want to, and there's no need for it. This thing's bad enough. Alright, so yeah, again, delaying while I think about whether I'm going to tap out or not, but I think I might just push forward a little bit. Maybe I just need to build my reserve a little bit more and resolve. Every time I take a bite of it, it's just that fresh chili. It's like setting fire to your tongue and just straight across. Just rips across your tongue and goes straight for your throat. Oh man. We're back from a bit of an intermission there. Yeah, a couple things conspired against me finishing it. Number one is that lethargy body shock thing that I was talking about. Number two is that I don't really handle lots of grease well. Yeah, it doesn't agree well with my system, and like I can feel really wretchedly ill just like eating pork crackling some days. Yeah, and I do like the taste of it. It's not because I don't like that. So I'm tapping out. Now I could possibly finish this thing, so it's not impossible. Given enough time, I can finish it within the normal guidelines of a normal burger challenge thing. I utterly failed in this thing, and I have no shame in admitting that. Even if I was having a good day as far as the grease and fat's concerned, it was too hard to keep going and keep motivated on that. It's like the heat does things, like when you're eating hot food like that and it gets to that point, one or two things is going to happen. Either your body starts shutting things down, your mind trying to stop you, excuse me, which is what I ended up doing myself, and that's my normal reaction to it. And the other one is that you just end up in a fetal position vomiting. Fortunately enough, that's not my normal reaction to it, so it's got to that point where I'm going to have to concede that it's doable given enough time on a better day, but today is not this day. So again, the Reapers remain undefeated. They're nasty little buggers. They really are. However, I am going to now be very fair and review the place itself where I got this from on its own merit, and say that they do good food. I really love their frozen yogurt, by the way. It's actually what they started out doing, and it's fantastic. Now I'm yakking on while waiting out the 5 minutes because I'll do that much. I'll have that much dignity about this. Yeah, they do good food. Like this tasted really nice. It was to that point where like I was questioning whether I wanted to do this, and I still was. Like I wanted to keep going because it tasted nice. Yeah, like it was a good maple bacon. It was tasty. The bacon's nice and not super crispy because you don't want crunchy stuff in your burgers and that. But it wasn't that soft, almost raw stuff that some places do, and it's not fake bacon, looking at you Maccas and all that. So yeah, it was actually quite tasty, and even the Reaper sauce itself, like it tasted like fresh chilies, not some bottled experimental stuff, which may be able to get hotter in some cases. Like some sauces are made much hotter through extracts, even though why in God's name you want to do that with Reapers, I don't know, but some people do that. But no, this tasted like fresh chilies. It really did taste like I was eating Carolina Reapers, smushed up into a tasty burger. So definitely, like I'll recommend these guys to people and say that they do good stuff. And if you want to take this thing on yourself and probably do a way better job than I have, I know you probably can. Who cares? Again, I'm not too proud to say that the hottest chili on earth may well just be a little bit above my league. But if you want to take it on for yourself, it's going to be a tasty challenge. It's going to be much nicer than that Cody's Burger challenge, even though the Cody's one was the hottest burger in this country. So yeah, I'll definitely give them my honest thumbs up and recommendation there. So that's the Yo My Goodness franchise, and that was the Reaper, as they call it. Now you can custom make your own one too, by the way, except that you won't get the Reaper mayo with it. This one had a Reaper mayo, which they're pretty fair on most people. Actually, it's something I didn't mention before, was that Reaper mayo, it's got enough in there that it's just like, oh yeah, there's the hot mayo stuff in there, but it's not drowned in like the amount of Reaper to the mayo is fairly minimal. Like if I was to eat that by itself, it would be just a shade under ghost chili hot, as in it's going to be hot, and that's by itself, by the way. The mayo by itself spread through the burger, it's going to be much easier to tolerate. But yeah, it's going to be hotter than like the rank amateurs tolerance. But to a chili head, you should be able to handle that part by itself. It's that stuff they put in the syringe tube thing, which I'm sure is just liquefied Reaper now that I think about it, but it's really fresh. That stuff is what delivered most of the just kapow to it, and it really was. And so long and waffly way of saying it, but yeah, I got beaten by this thing, but I actually enjoyed the experience right up until that last bit. It's just at that last bit where I was just, yeah, I was going into that part where the brain just starts just fighting you every step of the way and saying you really don't need to do this, and that's where it stops being fun. But up until that, yeah, it tasted good. I enjoyed it. I got a good, I'm getting a massively good kick still off it now. There's still a lot of endorphins rushing through the body, and I was actually pleasantly surprised and quite pleased to see that it's a chili sauce, chili burger thing with sauce that tastes like chilies, because a lot of sauces don't, and a lot of sauces they'll put on burgers and things definitely don't. So yeah, definitely double thumbs up. You guys did good. So yes, I shall be having a little bit of refreshment, and then I will continue the madness. It feels so good already. It's still hot, but